We have some breaking news. Secretary Kristi Noem has just left the hearing room. That's where the Secretary of Homeland Security was facing fierce questioning on Capitol Hill. Today's House Homeland Security Committee hearing is her first public testimony since back in May. So we will look into why she left. But this all comes as a federal judge in Maryland has just ordered Kilmar Abrego Garcia be immediately released from ICE custody. You'll recall he was deported to a prison in El Salvador in March in defiance of a court order. He was returned to the U.S. in June to face human smuggling charges. Those are charges he denies and his attorney says are politically motivated. The new ruling, which a DHS official slammed as judicial activism and is vowing to appeal, was issued just as Noem's hearing got underway. So let's bring in NewsNation's Joe Khalil live on Capitol Hill. Joe, what more can you tell us about why Secretary Noem left the room?
Well, she does have a 1 o'clock event today dealing with FEMA. So presumably we knew there was a chance you might leave the committee hearing early if it was going late. But I got to show you, before we get into the substance, Nichole, of what happened inside of the hearing, because there's a lot of that. This scene right here is pretty unusual. As the secretary came out of the hearing room, she was sort of surrounded by protesters who got very, very close to her. And I have to say, we see protesters all the time, especially with high-profile figures in many administrations. We always see that. But typically, the hallways are more sort of locked down and protesters separated so that the secretaries or whomever it is can walk through sort of unabated and just leave as they typically do. That's not what happened in this case. Again, she was pretty well swarmed. There was a protective detail around her that escorted her from the hearing room, which is about 40 yards from where I'm standing now. But she went into a room that is just around the corner here, and this crowd has just stayed here, presumably waiting for her to come out of that room. She's not left the building yet. She's in one of the committee sort of aside rooms. So it was just a remarkable thing. I've covered a lot of hearings. I haven't seen anything like that. In the melee of it, we tried to get a question into the secretary. It was just too hectic. I doubt she heard me, and we didn't really, have that opportunity. When it comes to the hearing itself, obviously this is about threats to the homeland. So we heard a little bit about the Venezuela situation. I was surprised we hadn't heard more. Okay, we're going to follow here. I believe the secretary just left the room. And again, this is a bit of what I'm talking about from before. Okay, now so you can see Capitol Police have set up a barrier that they're not letting people beyond, and Noem is leaving without the crowd following her. This is what is more typical, right? What you're seeing right now in real time is what we always see. The Capitol Police will stop protesters from sort of following. But again, that was why it was so surprising beforehand that we didn't see it happen that way. Back to the hearing, there was a lot of focus on ICE and on ICE detaining people. You had Democrats bringing up stories about people who were American citizens and green card holders who were detained in some cases and held for 72 hours or more. You also had people who, for example, angel moms, people who have actually lost their children to killings from people who were in the country illegally. Noem talked a lot about that. She obviously talked about how, in her view, the Biden administration left, in her words, a mess that she says her department is still cleaning up. It was also brought up the National Guard shooting, those 2 National Guard soldiers that were killed last week, and exchanges back and forth about who was responsible for that kind of thing. I want to play one exchange that was on asylum and whether the deportations we've seen are legal or are not legal, as some Democrats have suggested. Here's the exchange, Secretary Noem responding to questions.
I wrote you 2 months ago. Why haven't you given it to me yet?
I'm actually surprised that you haven't gotten it. I'm going to ask my staff about that.
Well, you shouldn't be surprised because, generally speaking, you do not respond to us.
Hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of your letters.
Now, the other problem that we are seeing all over the country is that your officers are wearing masks, are dressed in plain clothes, often going around without identification.
All of our officers are identified.
And I'm not asking a question.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.